my fellow fighters, and the people of the world. What I found after I did what you guys asked me to do, which was to go and investigate how Julius Malema got to be expelled from the ANC and to dig deeper to understand the proper nice details. What I found is very scary. And I did go and dig. I did go and investigate. And you guys won't believe what I found. Because in the midst of me trying to actually bring clarity to people if whether Julius Malema was suspended or was expelled by President Jacob Zuma or President Ramaphosa, I got to find that the same people who wanted to expel Julius Malema are the same people who ended up dealing with President Jacob Zuma and removing him from the presidency. So they played President Jacob. But hey, listen to this.
And I've told President Zuma that he was hoodwinked by people who were involved in expelling Julius, who said they were doing it for him as president because Julius and Floyd and Sindiso Makaka disrespected him. Julius, Sindiso, Floyd and others were expelled by people who were already wanting to deal with Zuma but needed that youth league to be dealt with. And Zuma did not catch it.
And he didn't see it coming.
He didn't see that the people who were pursuing Julius and Sindiso Makaka and Floyd and others were trying to remove a youth league that was his base that would have supported him.
Advocate Moses Sikhakhane explaining the story behind how President Jacob Zuma, the chess player, got to be checkmate. By who? By President Ramaphosa. President Ramaphosa convinced President Jacob Zuma to expel the youth league leaders, Abu Julius Malema, Floyd Shubambu, and them because of their radical stances. So, President Ramaphosa, being a chess master on the law, he decided to chair the disciplinary hearing. Of course, it was legally, he was the head of disciplinary. He chaired it, he expelled them. But at first, it was a suspension. And then, as Julius Malema tried to appeal, they ended up giving him an expulsion away from the party. But there was a purpose behind them doing that. It was later on in the ANC, when they go to the conference, they also get to deal with President Jacob Zuma. And knowing very well, if they chase away Julius Malema, President Jacob Zuma won't have the radical voice, won't have the radical youth who are going to stand with him and the promises he was making to put black people first. So they took away his base, which was the ANC Youth League radicals. He didn't see it. He was left alone. And when he was left alone, he was left with vultures. They bought the conference of the ANC and then he was gone. They dealt with him. Many people are still worried and concerned. Why was Julius Malema the one working with our DA in attack of Zuma? Zuma must fall. Zuma must fall. But before we get there, I want you guys to listen to some reasoning from Julius Malema. Listen to this.
Look, I have no regret of saying I want to remain in the ANC. I've got no regret. I would have corrected the ANC from within. Because I've never wanted to form a political party and I will never form another political party if this EFF expels me. It's not a child's play. You don't just wake up in the morning and then you say you form it. It's difficult. We are still forming it even now, 10 years down the line. I said to them, take my membership, suspend me for 10 years without occupying. No, leave my membership, suspend me for 10 years plus without me occupying any position of responsibility. And you can take us to Cuba, to China for political education. Dariganokom suspended us for 5 years. Me 5 years, Floyd 3 years, Magata 1 year. When we did an appeal, mine changed from 5 years suspension to expulsion. Cyril changed it to expulsion. Henokom didn't expel me. I was expelled by Cyril. And then Floyd 3 years. Floyd was not expelled. He resigned on his own, and then Magacha remained, and then he finished his 1 year. I said to them, leave me with the membership, because I knew I don't need to be a member. I had already made a huge impact. I don't need to be a leader. As long as you will allow me to be in an ANC rally.
So that's Julius Malema explaining how disappointed he was when he got expelled. Even though he got expelled, he was still willing to stay in the party. He was still willing to participate within the party, even though he's not gonna be vocal or the ANC leader. He was comfortable with that because he had his own farm. He was doing cabbages farming until they took the farm. We all know that story. They took the farm, and then them taking the farm brought him back into the politics. When he came back into the politics, he realized that this man, Malala, whom I pledged to die for, the promises he made the black people, he's not fulfilling them, because he promised free education, he promised to get the land, he promised to radicalize the policies of the ANC. But Julius Malema, when they went back to politics after his farm was taken, as the EFF, they realized this man is just joking. He's not doing what he said he's gonna do. So they attacked him. So the Julius Malema attacking Zuma, the Zuma must fall campaign. Plenty of speculations, plenty of conspiracy theories. People are saying Julius was bought by the white monopoly capital to get rid of Zuma. But Zuma was gotten rid of after 9 years of his presidency. So in that 9 years, the promises he made, what has he established in that 9 years? Was there free education? No. Was there land brought back? No. So he made false promises. So the EFF was holding him accountable based on the promises he made. Based on they were not just attacking Zuma for no reason. Of course, maybe there was also anger because he was the one who expelled them. But there was a valuable reason. And corruption scandals. Monies were being looted. Ngapha enkandla is being built, but the country is falling. So there was a valuable reason for them to attack him. But the people who actually attacked him are the ones who used him to attack the youth radicals. And he didn't see it. He didn't see it. As a chess master, he could have foreseen the future. But it happened the way it happened. Today, he's forced to be in the dustbin of history to a point whereby President Jacob Zuma has started a political party, which we can all see what is happening in his party. It's a joke, his party. His reputation, I don't know his reputation, how it's going to be written, because it's going to be a mess. It's going to be a mess. So, whose fault is it that there was Zuma must fall campaign? Is it Julius Malema's fault? Is it his fault? Whose fault is it that President Jacob Zuma expelled Julius Malema? Was it Julius Malema being radical? Was President Jacob Zuma being jealous or being used by people who were even trying to get rid of him? But first, because they are chess masters, they first get rid of people who were going to support him against the people who were dealt with him later on. It's complicated. It's like it blows my mind. I'm still trying to figure a way to put this into perspective and understand it proper, because these investigations, they put me in another predicament. I don't know how I got here, guys. But yeah, guys, that's what I found. It is what it is. I thank you very much. Danko.